Again, you want to be in this spot, in the hunt, in the playoff hunt as you come down the stretch. We are in the stretch with 5 to play.
And it's been absolutely balling. I'm 36 years old. If they ask me to go out there and play in a football game right now, I don't care how much money they want to pay me, how much fun it's going to be. There's no way in hell I'm getting out there and competing.
I mean, Kevin Stefanski deserves credit. Cleveland at 7. They've used 4 different quarterbacks. I can't believe how good Joe Flacco is. I can't believe it. He was on the couch.
After a massive win against Jacksonville, the Cleveland Browns have been hit with even more injury news this week, and it's starting to get so ridiculous. I literally saw a stat just a few hours ago that 23% of the active roster is out due to season-ending injuries. And while there definitely is plenty of room to complain about things, this team has made the most of the cards they were dealt, and with a pretty easy schedule remaining, this team has put themselves in a great spot in the playoff race. And with the way Joe Flacco is playing, after watching games back at his mother's house just a few weeks ago, it really does feel like this team is destined to do something special. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next month or so. In this video, I'm going to be talking about all recent news with this team and also breaking down what to expect in the game coming up against Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind, and your support truly does mean everything. Alright, so in case you haven't been paying attention since last week's win, DeJuan Jones and Grant Delpit were both announced to have season-ending injuries, and like I said, this is starting to become impossibly bad luck. And it's crazy that the Browns are sitting at 8-5 right now, because when 23% of the roster is out, that's usually a recipe for disaster. But I do gotta give a lot of credit to Kevin Stefanski, because he has kept this ship afloat and has been able to get wins with 4 different starting QBs. That is a lot of different game styles to keep up with, and a lot of different ways you have to run this offense. One area that has stayed very consistent for Cleveland all year, even with Hall of Famer Nick Chubb going out in week 2, is the running game. And whether it's been Jerome Ford or Kareem Hunt, they've remained in the top 5 of the league as a unit. And the O-line definitely deserves a lot of credit, and they're going to have to keep it pushing because they're definitely depleted, and guys are going to have to take on a bigger role than they were originally supposed to. But either way, it's been incredible to watch, and with new QBs every week, I'm sure it's helped with the pressure, especially for guys like Walker and DTR. Flacco definitely looks a little more composed out there, as he should for having a borderline Hall of Fame career. And real quick, I just gotta say it because it's been on my mind. Imagine if Flacco goes into Baltimore and eliminates them in the playoffs. That would literally be the most hilarious thing ever. Alright, now switching gears, I want to talk more about the historic defense again, which is pretty much averaging a lost player every single week. One of the more recent ones was Okoronkwo, who was having a heck of a season, but they're just going to have to stay with that next man up mentality, and this roster has depth, so I think they're going to be just fine for now. Obviously in the postseason, that will be a different story, but for now, I'm just happy with where this team is at. And if they can take things one game at a time and handle their business, there still is a chance they could get the 1 seed in the AFC, which would be absolutely insane. One guy that has really taken off on the defense for Cleveland this year is Martin Emerson, and honestly, he's a Pro Bowler with how good he's playing. And last week, he put Trevor Lawrence on Emerson Island all game. And with Denzel Ward getting back to being healthy again, the Browns have one of the best cornerback duos in the league, and they have to stay healthy. This team cannot afford any more injuries, and if there are more, the conspiracies are gonna start, because maybe the trainer is bad or something like that. I can't really think of a logical theory, but never in NFL history has this amount of guys gone down in one season. Anyways, this year has been quite the story, with Joe Flacco being picked up and absolutely torching defenses, and I don't see this as lightning in a bottle at all, because he's an experienced vet, and arm talent is just something he has, and it won't go away, and he's been zipping the ball all over the field with confidence, especially to Njoku, and his experience has been a calming presence for this young offense. It's kind of crazy how he already has the same amount of good games as Watson in a Cleveland uniform, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. If Flacco somehow takes this team on a crazy postseason run, should he get another shot next year? Or does it gotta be Deshaun because of that crazy stupid contract? In terms of the upcoming Bears game, the defense is gonna have to prepare for the mobility of Justin Fields, and from watching them play, they run a lot of screens, so the flats are gonna have to swarm to the ball, and if the Browns can lock down DJ Moore, then I think they will be in great shape. And the Browns can't overlook this team because they have been getting hot as of late and just picked up a huge win over the Detroit Lions. Browns. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly means the world. And until next time, I will see you all later.